I'm Abby, and this is Hickory, my 4-year-old Mustang gelding. He is a horse, and he's going to help me show you how to lunge a horse. All you're going to need is a halter, a lead rope that's about 12 feet long. If you have a smaller horse, you can get away with a shorter rope, but I would generally say use a longer rope, 12 foot, 13 foot, 15, 20. It's easiest to start on like a 12 or 13 foot rope. So I have my 12/13 foot, I don't remember how long it is, rope. You can use any type of halter, but this is just what I had. This is how to use the end of your rope and direct a horse. The first thing, you want to make sure that your horse isn't like nervous about a rope being plugged. He's like, you're sitting in front of me, you want me to go. But you don't want your horse to be scared of your rope. And he's on the more timid side, so he's going to be a little bit more reactive than some of my other horses, but obviously he's so terrified of the rope. See, he's not scared of it. If your horse is nervous about it, just kind of flick it out where they can see it. I just smacked my head. Flick it out where they can see it and let them kind of settle. Release when they settle. Pick it up again. Set it down. Work towards where you can touch them with it. And ideally you want to be able to touch him all over with it. Just touching him with the rope, flicking it around. He doesn't mind too much. So he's doing good. Look around those legs, you know, wherever you want to touch him. So obviously he's okay with it. So now here's the next part. So you want to be able to stand in front of them because you want to send them from standing in front of them. You also want them to be soft on this halter. So you want them to be able to move off of that pressure. He's going to send a little bit when I move that halter. So this is just driving those shoulders over using my halter. So I'm just pointing and he's kind of following. He moves off of that halter pressure pretty easy. So now the next step is swinging this rope and asking them to go forward in a circle instead of just sending off. So I could ask him to back up a little bit. There you go. This isn't his strong suit, but he's pretty good about it. And for time's sake, I'm just kind of pushing him a little bit with this backing up stuff. Normally I'd be working on it a lot if they're kind of sluggish or take a lot of shaking of the rope. But I got him away from me enough that he's not going to run me over. I want you to take a step back. So now I'm going to lift up my hand and point like I was directing him with that halter. And I'm going to kind of bring a little bit of tension on that halter. He looks that way. And now I'm going to swing this rope towards his hip. And now I can track him around. I can keep him out with pushing, like literally just pushing my rope towards his belly. I can ask him to move out, just like that. If I want him to go forward more, I go at that hip. To stop, you're going to look at that hip, and if you need to, pull that head. So it should just be simple like that. Obviously, maybe your horse is a little bit more dull or isn't as responsive, so you might need to work on it a little bit. Pretty much gets to a point where you kind of just send, kind of just flick, and they circle around you. And then you can get to like what Pirelli Natural Horsemanship teaches, where they go all the way around you. I don't know that I've actually taught him that much yet. But what you do, you just, if they stop, add pressure to keep going, and eventually they just get it. So, he's a pretty good little kid. So, if you want to change directions, you just, whoa, point, and go the other way. Pretty simple. Your horse should stay off of you, so obviously keep your boundaries. He's not too all on top of me, so I'll have a good demonstration of that. But you just push those shoulders off. He was like, oh, you kind of went at my hip. And he kind of wants to do it. Good. So I have my stick. It's handy stick, carrot stick, whatever you want to call it. He got a little bit more amped when I pulled out the stick because he's like, oh, Mom, you're being serious now. I don't pull my stick out very often at this point. I'm kind of lazy. But the stick is the same thing. Now, if you're using a stick, you want to get really comfortable using the stick. So, without your horse, or with your horse somewhere in the background, just practice like swinging it back and forth, bringing it overhand, bringing it underhand, bringing it over your head. Just practice using your stick so you get handy with it and don't fumble, because it's really hard to lunge a horse when you're fumbling your stick. I fumble my words, but thankfully anymore I don't fumble my stick too much. But anyway, it is the same process. You don't want them scared of it. First, I like to just touch them with the stick part, let him know that it's okay for it to touch him, go over like in front, touch him, just whatever I want to do, just let him know that it's okay. He's a little bit nervous because his friends who were the peanut gallery earlier are no longer being the peanut gallery and have wandered off, so he's a little bit nervous, but he's not minding the stick too much. So now it's the same process. Get in front of them, ask them for space if you need space from them. Pay attention. There you go. Good boy. Same process except for I have a rope and I have a stick. So your stick is always going to be on the hind end side of wherever you're wanting him to go, and you're going to have your rope pointing. So I'm going to give him a little slack so I can push him out a little bit more. I'm going to ask him to go, and I can shorten this up if I want to use the rope, but I'm going to just follow up with my stick, and I'm pointing in that direction so he's soft enough that he knows he's supposed to go. And I use that stick to just get behind him. Again, I can use that stick to push him out. Push it at his ribs, push it at his shoulder, push it at his butt, whatever needs to go away from me. And then I can up the pace by adding some energy behind him. See, I can push that hip out if I need to, just like that. And I can, whoa. He didn't do that very good. I'm going to send him out the other way. I will also say, I kind of didn't know this earlier, but when you're holding your rope, you want to hold it like you ride, so coffee mug it. So your tail end goes up with your thumb, face rope goes to your pinky, and then the tail end goes to your thumb. Coffee mug it. See, thumbs up is a good thing. It both keeps you in control, but it makes it easy to switch this rope because you're just back and forth, handing your rope over your stick. So I'm going to send him out again. I'm okay with the walk. If he wants to trot, I'll have him trot, but I'm okay with whatever with him. In, then whoa. Switch directions, just hand that rope over and send him the other way. You can poop and walk. Good boy. I can push him out and switch directions. And I like that turn where he turned his shoulder and not his butt, just because it It's just smoother, it's a little bit more respectful. They're not turning their butt towards you. And I can bring them in on a pretty tight circle if I wanted to. It's like, I'm not sure about that. And I can push him out on a bigger circle. He wants to smell his own food. But just play with it. Lunging isn't an exact science. As long as you're not letting them like invade your space and push you over or run you over or like kick at you or anything, or offer to kick at you, you're good. You want him to keep going when you ask him to. So he's still pretty young and pretty green on the groundwork, so I'm not being too harsh on him for anything. It's like, come on buddy, let's go. Let's not do that. So he's a good boy. I'll invite him in. You can invite him in from that circle, just kind of bring him in and have him stop however you want. This is very open-ended, so obviously you can get him just to go in the circle and exercise. You can also exercise their brain by doing a figure 8 where you push them out and then you draw them back in, turn around, push them out, draw them back in, push them out. And you can get cones and you can figure 8 lunge around cones, or let's see, there's a rock there, we'll go around that rock. He's like, what? So go around this little rock, and then we have this piece of small sagebrush. We'll go around that piece of small sagebrush. So push him out, bring him around. So you can do that. You can do hill work. All of this is on a hill, so I mean, just circling them around on the hill helps him learn how to go downhill, learn how to go uphill. He's like, but Mom, I'm tired of this. You're doing good, just a little bit more. So there's that. If you were to have a saddle on him, this is more for if you know how to lunge a horse pretty good. You can run your rope through the stirrup and lunge them around on like a single long line so that they learn to move into the pressure in preparation for saddle starting, so they learn to circle around. So what else? Sending them over jumps, sending them through obstacles, sending them into a trailer. Literally anything that you can do while you're riding, you can do while you're lunging a horse. So I hope that helps you guys, and thanks for watching. And stay tuned for more videos like this and for Hickory's eventual progress.